Hey guys, Paul here, the Impulsive Culinarian, and in this video I want to talk to you about my gluten-free and dairy-free shortbread cookies recipe. So a little bit of controversy about gluten-free, dairy-free shortbread cookies. Now the flour is not such a big deal because, as you know, the Impulsive Culinarian flour mixes are always tailored to be the best tasting in each one of my gluten-free videos or my recipes. But the dairy-free component, the butter, all right, inside a shortbread cookie, that makes the flavor. And if you've ever tried it, you know, if you had no dairy intolerance early in your life and you had to switch and you miss that buttery flavor, I don't blame you for crying a little bit when the holidays come around. So when I've posted videos that use dairy-free, soy-free margarine, I've gotten a little flack for this every once in a while from you guys, and I don't blame you because nobody thinks of margarine as a good thing. We all understand that, but I'm going to tell you, all of the different kinds of butter replacements that you can use for a recipe like this, I highly recommend that you stick with something that tastes as close as possible to actual butter. And that's why I'm going to be using my old staple of that dairy-free, soy-free margarine in this recipe because it's the closest thing that I found that has the flavor. Using coconut oil and all this kind of stuff, it's not really going to do it justice. So as an exception, we're going to use the dairy-free margarine. Let's get started on this delicious recipe. All right, so some really straightforward ingredients here, guys. Get yourself 2/3 of a cup of corn flour, 2/3 of a cup of sweet white rice flour. Please don't replace, that's crucial right there. 2/3 of a cup of tapioca flour. That's the trinity of the gluten-free base. Then a half a tablespoon of xanthan gum or guar gum, whichever you want. 3/4 of a cup of icing sugar. And 8 ounces of dairy-free margarine, the infamous dairy-free, soy-free margarine. No, it's not the healthiest thing, but it's the closest taste-wise. So the first thing you want to do is get all of the flour ingredients, the dry stuff, and whisk it together in a mixing bowl so that it acts like one ingredient. And then you want to get a larger mixing bowl, get your margarine in there, and start softening it. Now, yes, you can definitely do all of this with a stand mixer. I just wanted to prove a point by doing it in a bowl that it is possible to do it even if you don't have the fancy equipment. So you want to soften the margarine, get your icing sugar in there, and mix it together well. You're going to have a good workout. This is great for the forearms and the biceps. Once all of your sugar is incorporated, don't leave any chunks of icing sugar behind. Then add half of your flour mixture, start mixing that up really well. You can see it's getting a little bit dry, but it still needs the last batch of flour. And once you've mixed this all together, you're going to see that it's just coming together. Perfect, soft cookie dough consistency. So now you want to get a 9 by 13 baking dish. Okay, so in metric, that's 33 by 23. Line that with a piece of parchment paper. It doesn't have to go right to the edges, just, as long as the bulk of the bottom of that pan is covered. Then you want to take out your cookie dough mixture and get that in the pan and start the work with a big spoon or a soup spoon should do the trick of spreading that around evenly right across the entire width of the pan so that the thickness is even all across. Now, that's why you're using this exact size of baking dish. It's a standard size, nothing strange about it, but it's going to leave you with exactly the right thickness of shortbread cookie. So try and get rid of all of the cracks and make sure that it's nice and smooth. Now, before you start cooking, you want to score this into rectangles or triangles, depending, a lot of different traditions about this. The one that I remember is the triangular shapes. So go ahead and make the shapes that you like. You can even get fancy. Get that into a 275-degree oven for 45 minutes, and look what happens. They're just a little bit golden and cooked to the right consistency. Now, you want to let these fully cool, but before they do, you want to redo those slices. You want to make sure to pass a sharp knife across all of the cut lines that you made previously, just so that when they cool off, they don't stick together. Now, once they've cooled for around 15 minutes or so, then that's when you want to get them into an airtight container to store. And of course, you don't have to put them all in. Look at the bottom of that, nice golden brown, just the right consistency. They just pop apart like that. Exactly what I expected of a shortbread. And guess what? People will not even notice that they are gluten-free and dairy-free. So guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Lots of great content coming out every single week. 3 videos, in fact, every single week. One based on a traditional recipe from international cuisine done the Impulsive Culinarian way. Second is, of course, a gluten-free, dairy-free video like you're watching right now. And third is a healthy recipe, because we should all be living our best life possible. Guys, my name is Paul, the Impulsive Culinarian. I'll catch you in the next video.